Hi guys, well this is my first vlog on this channel since Mike Rants is gone, and I'm going to be doing some vlogs here from now on. Yes, I'm using my Steam powered webcam once again, so I apologise for the visual quality of this video. Anyway, um, the first thing I want to talk about is e-begging. Now, e-begging is something that has really bothered me for quite a while. I've been watching it uh, take place in a lot of people's accounts, and normally I try and hold off from being negative towards other YouTubers or in general I try to hold off from being negative towards people. And I'm not personally attacking anyone here, but I am saying I think some of the things that are going on with e-begging, it really it really amazes me now. E-begging is when people are coming on the webcams and they're asking their subscribers and their viewers to give them money. Now, if you want to watch some really great videos on e-begging and what it is, I'll link down there to there's the Archfiend, who I'm a big fan of. He did a great video, or he's done a few great videos on it. There's also the Straight Dope, and there is Undertaker Freak 11. Is it 1117? Sorry. He's got some great videos as well on e-begging, so I'll put a link down there to their channels and to their videos in case you want to watch more about this sort of thing. But anyway, um, I would like to differentiate between e-begging and some people asking for funding for some of their projects, right? I think there is a difference. Now, take someone like Julia Nunes, for example. If you don't know who Julia Nunes is, again, I'll put a link down there. She's quite a prominent musician on YouTube, but she doesn't upload all that many videos. And what she does is she records her own music. And normally, what she does is she puts herself into a bit of debt to hire a studio, do her recordings as quickly as possible, and then hopefully get an album out on iTunes, and which hopefully, if she gets money for that, she can then repay that debt. But what she's asked for this time round is she's asked for her subscribers and viewers to fund to help fund this latest album. So I think there's a difference here because she's outlining exactly where the money's going to, and she is um, I don't think she's trying to rip anyone off. I think she's genuinely asking for funding, and if you read about a great many like famous people that work independently to get into the entertainment industry, like the first person that comes to mind is Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi, who directed the Evil Dead trilogy, to get that first film made, he went round like dentist office, doctor's office, and lawyers' offices, and screened this little 20-minute film called Within the Woods that he had made, and said to them, if you give me some money, I'm going to be able to make a feature film, and then hopefully you'll get some return. So he did everything he could to get funding, and I think if you're outlining what it is you're doing and saying to people, look, you will get something back for what you're investing, then I think that's totally legitimate as long as you do it. If you don't do it, you better give that money back, because I think that's a really, really low thing to do, is to ask for funding and then not give it back if you don't do what's asked of you. So anyway, e-begging I think is different from that. I think you've got some people that are funding their projects that way, and I think that's fair enough. But the e-begging videos that I've watched, I think the most amazing one, no pun intended, was the Amazing Atheist. Now, if you don't know who the Amazing Atheist is, he is a prominent figurehead in the atheist community on YouTube. And before people, start saying that I'm bashing atheists, I'm not. I'm neither an atheist nor a theist. I'm a total neutral on the subject. I hedge my bets. I don't know which way it is. I don't know if there's a God. I don't know if there's not a God. All right. So, I have no vested interest in either groups of theists or atheists. All right. What I'm talking about here is that the Amazing Atheist made a video where he He asked his subscribers to give him money because it was his birthday. Uh, and he sort of said, I need to buy books, so I'd like to buy books to read them, and this isn't e-begging because it's my birthday, so and going on about how I provide countless hours of entertainment for you people, it's the least you can do, and all that sort of stuff. It really blows my mind that people on YouTube are doing that. And I think it's quite a shame in a lot of ways, because I think TJ, who is the Amazing Atheist, is someone who's commanded a lot of respect over the years um, on YouTube, and he's made some very entertaining and very informative and well argued videos about atheism. And then he sort of goes and does stuff like that. And I've looked in his account now, and I've seen that there are other videos where he's asked for money as well. He asked for money to so he could take a girl out. He asked for money. I think they asked for money, him and another YouTube user, to go on like a road trip and then make a documentary, which never happened. And I think stuff like that. I think it just doesn't sit well with me. I think YouTube wasn't really intended for doing that, and I think that online communities are, I think, important, and YouTube is an online community which I actually care about, and I feel that there are a lot of things that are really coming into the community which are really hurting it. And I think setting the precedent of people being able to come onto YouTube and then start asking for money, that's it's you're opening up Pandora's box, because I think a lot of other people are going to start doing the same thing, and inevitably you will get con artists who want to do it and want to dupe people into paying money for something. I'm absolutely certain there's probably people out there that would set up accounts and try and get people in just specifically to make money. And I really think that, although I think the YouTube Partner program is a great program, I think YouTube isn't about money for the people that make videos, or at least it shouldn't be. It should be about making videos that you enjoy or mean something to you. And I don't think you should be peddling something. And especially if you're from the atheist community, a lot of people within the theist community, or within, from different religions, will ask for money, will ask for, donations. And for prominent atheists to be doing that as well, it smacks a little bit of hypocrisy, to be honest. So let's say I'm not really wanting to have a go at people. Personally, and the Amazing Atheist is probably the most prominent person who's done it. But there are others who have done it as well. And I think it just doesn't sit well with me at all. But I would like to know what you guys think about it. I mean, do you think it's okay for somebody to be sitting on YouTube and asking for money for, to buy a car or to do things? I don't think YouTube is. I don't think people who watch your videos owe you anything. They don't owe you anything, right? If they watch your videos, they watch them. If you make videos, it should be so that you enjoy doing it, and if you get some positive feedback, then great. But if you don't, you should still do it because you love doing it. It shouldn't be about trying to get people to give you money, and trying to get people to sort out your own life. And I think the biggest thing that worries me is that someone like the Amazing Atheist, now I don't know how much money he makes off of YouTube, but if some of the rumours going around are true, you know, due to the popularity of his channel and the amount of views he gets, that he must make at least a good few $100 a week from YouTube alone. And I don't know what the guy's financial background is or anything like that, but you still think, maybe you should be paying for this. If you're already making all this money from YouTube, maybe you should be paying for the stuff that you want. I mean, you don't go around to like people that you don't go around to your families and just absolutely demand things, or at least you shouldn't for your birthday. You don't say, people tend to say to you, "What would you like for your birthday?" You don't sort of start that conversation. And he's doing it with people that he doesn't even know, thousands and thousands of people that he doesn't even know, and saying like, "All right, come on, give me money because it's my birthday." I just think it's worrying, and it's one of several things going on, along with like fake fake thumbnails, fake titles, just try to get people to like your video constantly, only getting people to comment on your video, not because you want to interact with them, but so that your video will be higher up in the most commented section so that you get more views. You know, all these things are really, I think, harming YouTube. I think they are harming it, and I really hope YouTube changes its guidelines so that stuff like that can't be uh, can't be done on YouTube or using their service, because there are a whole bunch of other things on YouTube's guidelines that we're not allowed to do, and I think asking for donations for, like, you know, so you can buy books, I think stuff like that just should probably just be like cut out of the website. Um, and I think that's all I really had to say, other than just sort of recapping and saying I do differentiate between the people who are genuine artists, the creative people who ask for funding from their fans if they have a large fan base, and then but they actually show you where the money goes. I think that's the most important thing. You know where it goes. But for the people that are just asking for it and then not doing what they said they would do, or just asking for things that they, you know, day to day things in their lives that they want. I mean, at the most, if you want to, you know, you could put a donation button on your channel and not bother asking anyone. And you could just have a little thing there saying, you know, look, my maybe my videos take a lot of time, or maybe the type of videos you make cost you money. And if that's the case, then you know, maybe some of your fans will just donate off of their own back, but let them do it off of their own back. Don't be begging for it, you know. And it's also a question of just like, you know, where's your pride? You know, where's your, you know, where's your sense of I don't know, dignity? I don't think there's a lot of dignity in that. I think people should only be begging if they absolutely have to, you know. And if someone is in that situation, I feel really sorry for them. But I think this e-begging stuff is just beyond a joke. Anyway, I've talked enough about it. Check out the Archfiend's channel, Undertaker Freak's channel, and the Straight Dopes channel. They've done some great videos on this subject, far better than I have. I'm just rambling about it and saying that I don't really agree with it. I think it's a little bit lame, and I think it does hurt the YouTube community because it starts a precedent where a lot of people could come in and sort of try to take advantage of people by doing this. So what do you guys think about e-begging? Do you think it's totally legitimate? Do you think it's totally fair? Or do you think that it's something that should really be cut out, should be within, you know, the guidelines of YouTube, saying that this sort of stuff shouldn't go on? The only sort of donations should be for like non-profit charities and stuff like that. And the Amazing Atheist is not a non-profit charity. He's not even an institution. So, what do you guys think? And I would say as well, check out some of the stuff Amazing Atheist has done. It's a shame because he's done some good videos in the past, and this kind of undermines, I think, a lot of what he's done. But let me know, and as always, join us on the forums if you want to talk films and other stuff, just anything. I'm going to go now because I'm really tired. Thanks for listening. Where's the stop button? Again. I nearly said button there. Button.